Have you ever tried to withdraw money from your provident fund and felt it was a maze of rules and rejections? Well, the government says it has just fixed that. The Employees Provident Fund Organization, or EPFO, has announced its biggest reform in years. What are the new EPFO rules? Why is there criticism? What is the government's motive behind the move? This is Quick Take, your quick guide. I'm Smita Prakash. 13 complex withdrawal categories have now been merged into just 3: essential needs, housing, and special circumstances. It sounds simple, and in some ways it is. You can now withdraw up to 75% of your eligible balance anytime after 12 months of service. No long forms, no multiple approvals. You can even take out the remaining 25% later, under certain conditions like retirement disability or leaving India permanently. Why are these changes drawing criticism? Because while the rules make it easier to withdraw, they also make it harder to empty your account. The new rule now requires that 25% of your PF balance stays locked in for at least 12 months. That means you can't withdraw everything at once, even if you're facing unemployment. The waiting period for full withdrawal after job loss has also gone up from 2 months to 12. Government's intention. The government says this is to protect your future. Officials argue that too many workers were draining their PF savings early. Half of EPFO members had less than 20,000 rupees left at retirement. 3 out of 4 had under 50,000 rupees. Why? Because of repeated withdrawals. People were using their PF like a bank account, dipping in for every emergency. The government says that defeats the purpose of a retirement fund. So this 25% lock-in is meant to keep your savings intact and help it grow with compound interest, now fixed at 8.25% per year. The idea is to ensure a respectable corpus at retirement. Why workers and unions are up in arms? They call it withholding people's money. They argue that it's their own savings and they should decide when and how to use it. Many also say that the 12-month waiting period for full withdrawal is unfair to those who lose jobs and depend on PF money for survival. For someone who becomes jobless, this means their entire PF corpus is not immediately accessible. That could be a hardship if they don't have other savings. Financial experts are divided. Some say this is a long overdue reform, one that balances short-term needs with long-term financial discipline. Others warn that it might create hardships for low-income and contract workers who rely on PF during crisis. The government meanwhile insists that the reforms were approved after wide consultation with employers, employees, and state representatives on the Central Board of Trustees. They say these are not restrictions but safeguards. A digital reform. Along with the new withdrawal rules, the EPFO is also going digital under what is called EPFO 3.0. This includes real-time account updates, faster claim settlements, and doorstep pension verification for senior citizens through India Post. It's part of the government's larger plan to make the EPF system transparent, tech-driven, and reliable. The bigger picture. The reforms aim to stop people from emptying their savings too early. They want to make PF management faster, simpler, and digital. But in doing so, the government is also asking people to be patient, to think long-term. And that's where the friction lies. Because while saving for the future is good policy, many Indians live paycheck to paycheck. The future can't wait 12 months for them.